update on the death of CNA, the lady who was gruesomely murdered in Boys Town, Bentown, somewhere around Marshall on the highway, RI highway in Liberia. As it is, everything is still scattered. The police doesn't have any suspect in their custody. The police doesn't have answers. In fact, the case is not being investigated. The police made a social media post on the day that, there was an outcry on social media on Tuesday. And the police said they had arrested 5 suspects. That was a lie. They didn't arrest 5 suspects. They don't have 5 suspects in custody. They don't have anybody in custody. In fact, the fact that the police refused to release the name of the suspects they claimed to arrest shows that they just made random arrests, called people in for interrogation, and let them go. The police has no clue whatsoever concerning what happened. They have no answers. They have no leads. In fact, they haven't started an investigation and they're not interested in doing an investigation. But what I will say is, having heard from a member of the family of CNA and members of the family of Prince, I'm just going to summarize what I got from both parties. So, a sister, one of the sisters of Prince, had promised that Prince was going to speak to me. In fact, she wanted to give me Prince's number to call him, and I was like, no. You call him and put him on a 3-way call with me. Let's talk to him together. And she said, okay, she'll do that when she gets off work. When she got off work, she got to me. And she said her brother said he didn't want to talk to me because of the post that I had made, labeling him a suspect. Okay. So, I was like, okay, if he doesn't want to talk to me, I can't force him. But from what you have told me, and from what the family of CNA had told me, at least the public and even the police can probably put 2 and 2 together. When this sister of Prince talked to me, she was in tears as she explained that her brother was innocent. Her brother did not kill CNA. Her brother was not in CNA's house. Her brother was not with CNA. And it was the day of the murder that the brother went in there because the brother was calling CNA. And CNA didn't pick. So her brother decided to go to the house to go check on her and discover that she was dead. It was this sister of Prince that told me that her brother broke up with CNA because CNA had another boyfriend who confronted him and went to fight him at his house. And that he noticed that CNA was also talking to another guy in the US or in Canada. And so her brother pulled away from CNA because she was not faithful. This was what the sister of Prince told me. Now that brings me to a couple of questions. If your brother was no longer in a relationship with CNA, is it the norm for ex-boyfriends to be checking on ex-girlfriends at their homes when they call on the ex-girlfriends and the ex-girlfriends don't pick their phones? according to him, he pulled away from Siane. How was he spotted at the house? Because this ex-boyfriend, this prince that we know and that the sister is claiming to be an ex, he lives on the boulevard. And from Boulevard to Bentown is quite a distance. So how did he know? Why was he there? That's a question we all are asking. But I'm just relating what she said to me. In fact, it was this sister that told me that her brother was not in police custody. Her brother was arrested alongside the electrician, the guy that can do the current business. We don't know if Siane had any other persons in the house drawing water for her, sweeping the yard for her. We don't know. But it was this sister of Prince who told me that her brother Prince was arrested alongside the electrician or current guy and was taken to the police station. They were questioned and they were released almost immediately. She told me her brother is home and fine, and the police did not find him guilty, and that's why he was released. She was hell-bent on proving that her brother is innocent and that Siane had other boyfriends who could be the target. She also mentioned that Siane was in a relationship with a guy in the States, and it could even be the guy in the States or Canada that paid people to murder her that way. This is just the testimony of Prince's sister. And when I posted that, I noticed that a lot of people were coming up saying, oh, this should not be about the fact that she had 2 boyfriends or she had 3 boyfriends. And I want to state this. Me mentioning what the sister told me, that Siane was in a relationship with her brother and 2 other people, doesn't in any way throw any light that Siane was promiscuous or anything. And even if she decides to be promiscuous, she doesn't deserve to die in the way that she died. She doesn't deserve to die at all. Talk less of dying in the way that she died. She doesn't deserve to be murdered in that kind of gruesome manner. Even the hopocho on the street working banjo for 10 liberty. Even that hopocho not deserve to die. Not deserve to be murdered gruesomely. So whether Siane has 60 boyfriend, 40 boyfriend, let's find her murderer first. Then we speak to her lifestyle if we think we have any moral right to. So when I put that information out there, it was to let the police, if they will be interested in any investigation, is to let the police know that, okay, widen your range of suspects. Widen your range of suspects. Okay? It wasn't me trying to make it look like, oh, she had boyfriend, she not have boyfriend. I mean, these are just the words from Prince's sister. And for all we know, Prince could be lying to his sister could be lying to me. Prince could have lied to his sister before his sister lied to me. It could be that 1 million possible combinations. It could be a lie. So we don't know. We only put that out there for the police to be able to look into it and tell us what is what. Okay. Now let's come to Siane's relative that spoke to me over the phone. She had mentioned to me that yes, Siane and this guy were in a relationship, and Siane broke up with the guy. She said when Siane broke up with the guy was furious. He didn't want to agree to the breakup. And so one of these days he had gone to the house and he started taking out the windows, taking out the room doors, like expressing himself in a rage and all that stuff. Siane had called the police, and the police had advised her to stay away from the house for a couple of days. Siane stayed away from the house, and according to what I heard, she was staying in a hotel for a brief period of time. She returned to the house without informing the police she was returning to the house. Obviously, she got tired of waiting for the police's intervention. She decided to return to her house. After all, la her bail her horse, that her and money, and la her horse. Shortly after she returned to her house, this terrible incident happened. This is what led the family of Siane to believe that it must have been this boyfriend with whom she had an altercation concerning breakup or no breakup. It was Siane's relative that made me know that that house that Siane lives in was built by Prince, not with his own money, but when Siane was in Canada, not the US. When Siane was in Canada, she was sending money down to this guy, and this guy was building the house. It is Siane's relative that also let me know that Siane has been in a relationship with this guy for a very long time, because she started building that house 3 years ago and she returned to Liberia about a year and a half ago. Siane's relative also let me know that it was Prince who called Siane's mom to inform Siane's mom of Siane's death. Like I said, I'm only here to relate what Siane's relative told me, what Prince's brother or what Prince's sister told me, and then the public can put 2 and 2 together. If the police wants to look into it, fine, which I doubt. I doubt that they're going to look into it. Whatever it is, I'm just putting what I know out here and get my own self closure. Okay, so I also understand that Siane's mother's house, which is in another location, was completed by Prince, which means Prince was helping with Siane's mother's house. When Siane's mother's house got completed, Siane's mother relocated to Liberia 3 years ago and started staying in Liberia, living in her very beautiful mansion. And then when Siane came to visit and she saw her mom's house, she decided to start building her house too. And that's how she started sending money to Prince for Prince to build the house. So from what she painted to me, the family had a good relationship with Prince. The reason for which Siane decided to break up with Prince, none of the parties told me. At this point, Siane's relative is saying Siane broke up with Prince. Prince's sister is saying Prince broke up with Siane. Who actually broke up with who? Was there an incident of somebody rolling the doors and the windows from the house? Because Siane's relative told me that happened, and Siane called the police, and the police asked Siane to stay away from the house for some time until they look into the matter. What happened in that period? Did they look into it? Or did Siane get tired of waiting such that she decided to return to her house? Shortly after which she was gruesomely murdered? I don't know. But this is just me putting out pieces of information that I know. And then when we watched the video of the grandfather questioning Prince, we saw that the grandfather did not express signs of pain, anger, anguish. The kind of pain you express when you lose a loved one. His questions seemed to be emotionless, and of course, there was blood on his palm. Well, whether that blood is from Siane or from the grandfather walking into the house and, seeing splutters of blood around Siane's room, that remains unknown. One thing we can say and we can all agree with is that the crime scene was not secured. The police did not secure the crime scene. When the fire happened, when she was taken out, The police was informed. The police did not come to secure the crime scene. And this is to every one of you in Liberia. Learn this today. When something happens, when you find somebody dead, when you find that a house was burnt, when you find something out of the usual, call the police. Do not go tampering with evidence. Do not go stepping your dirty, dusty shoe, boots, all in a crime scene and erasing DNA that's supposed to be gathered for forensic analysis and observation, for forensic testing. Stand back and call the police. Don't be trying to get into the room. When Siane was burnt, the police should have swiped that room, the doors, the doorknobs, the door handles. All those places contain evidence of the murderer. As of now, we don't know if there was a forced entry, if there were signs of a forced entry into the house. All of these things. People, I can't be doing the police work. I can't be doing the police work. My own is to blog. So, this is where we stand. Are we going to get justice? I don't know. Are we going to get answers? I don't know. Is CNS family going to get closure? I don't know. But this is just me compiling pieces of information that I gathered from so, and putting it out there. Now, I know a lot of people may have, information. And one part I forgot to mention, another group, family members of Prince, also came into my inbox to attack me. They said I should not have made the video stating that Prince and Siane were in a relationship. I should have said they were just casual friends. Like, they practically tried to threaten me. They practically were forcing me to alter the information that I received from Siane's family member and from Prince's other sister. I really don't know why they were trying to do that, but it seemed to me that this only was happening because Prince has his own family. The reason he wasn't living with Siane is because he has a separate family elsewhere. And so he had to go home all the time to his family. So he was spending nights with Siane some days and he was returning to his family on some days. A lot of other people might have information, neighbors and other people. I sincerely wish that whatever information you have, you can at least come forward with it. It will help the police. It will help whoever to find answers to what happened to Siane. Don't do it because of Prince. Don't do it because of Siane. Do it because of Liberia. Do it because another person who might want to harm another victim will think twice and say, oh, the last time somebody did this thing to Siane, they catch the person, yo. I will not do it, yeah? But if you don't speak up and we let this slide, trust me, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. One of the reasons why we catch people who do wrong and punish them is just so it serves as a deterrent to other people who may be planning, wanting to perpetrate such evil against another person. They will see it and know that they will not escape punishment. And then they can now, they know that, okay, if I do this, I will be caught. If I do this, I might go to jail. If I do this, I'm not going to walk scot-free. That knowledge in the mind of criminals alone might reduce the rate of these brutal and gruesome killings going on in Liberia. So if you have any info, guys, please, if you can't go to the police station, come to me. I will explain it for you or call your name. At least you will just be giving a clue as to how they can find whoever did this to Siane. As it is, a lot of us are afraid I will yesterday, I scared to even go by Liberia. Here, I scared. A lot of people are afraid as well. And if people that are here are not going back home, it will affect the economy. Because you know, when people leaving from here to go back home, they carry money, they carry investment. So if y'all make us scared that how we come and go back home to go do investment, no, we won't. So if you have any info, please come forward.